There are so many things to chat about. So many things. I kind of want to start talking about Anuk Yai and her. It's her. Is it like an illness? I guess she has like a blood sort of illness, and that is really unfortunate. And I guess she's in LA getting treatment. But she's talking about how it's been so bad that it caused like some of her lungs to fail, and it just seems brutal, really just awful. And I think that unfortunately we're in a space where um so many people are not doing like daily checkups on their health that there's like a couple of ailments that people are familiar with, whatever you think the popular ones are where you're floating around. And there's many others that are going like untreated, unaddressed. And I think that's really shocking, especially given the prevalence and the necessity of proper nutrition to just maintain health. And the reason I keep coming back to social class is because I feel like most people from upper middle class people know this, and for some reason others don't. And so it's kind of like we can continue to have the conversations that we're having with our like physicians, our nutritionists, our dermatologists, right? Like, I know for a fact that many people in the Black community are suffering from diabetes, which is pretty bad. It's like insulin resistance and um, weight gain. You have to take like pills every day, uh, maybe even steroids. That's pretty awful. That's a serious ailment that is caused by poor nutrition. Um, I know I have a family member who was born with, well, I have one aunt who has like MS, right? And that's like an autoimmune disease that takes over your like neuromuscular skeletal system, and so she can't walk anymore. It gets worse over time, and like her daughter has that too, so it's hereditary, meaning it can be passed down. But I'm kind of starting this conversation with Anok Yai and her, the instance of this happening to her, because I think it opens the door for a larger conversation about the point that I've been trying to make about beauty, health, and wealth, and really genetic superiority. Maybe that's a better way to say it. Like, some people are just born healthy and they're going to like maintain a steady level of health for like the rest of their lives. And, outside of like tragedy striking, like they're probably not going to get like cancer. They're probably not going to get diabetes. And there's an overwhelming number of poor people who will get those diseases. And all of those are caused by lifestyle choices. And I just think it is more important now, um, that especially people in the Black community start having more conversations about that. I do think that it is shocking, like the STD rates for really all of them in this community. It's pretty bad, but all of the other things are also just as bad. And I just think seeing Anok Yai come out publicly and talk about something that she's struggling with that is not in it's not an STI. Or I saw Gigi Hadid also this year came out talking about her struggle with Lyme disease and how it's caused her to be bedridden multiple days out of the year. Um mm, I just feel like seeing examples of this open the door for larger conversations around genetics, health, and longevity, and really like picking partners. Like, if you're picking a partner with a degenerative ailment, your children will probably have that as well. I also think it's really important to include mental health in this conversation. Mm, some mental health states are so far gone that some people will never come back to a normal state of functioning. Other mental health struggles like depression is one that's very common amongst, working people in corporate America, people in general, and anxiety, like those type of ailments. Or sometimes people have like PTSD, but that's related to some sort of like temporary trauma. Addressing the state and cause of the trauma is like a good way to you can move forward if you know what happened, because through like therapy, talk therapy initially can help you. You're not really going to ever get over the fact that it happened, but you can process through it happening and how it made you feel, and that does make you feel so much better. That's important. I also think I just briefly want to come back to the article that was shared. Was it this week? I think it was this week, but it was like the incels talking about like look maxing and super chads and super Beckies or something. I think that's what it was called. Um, and I just want to bring this conversation back because like when you see someone at 18 and their, level of attractiveness at 18, it signals a lot, specifically in relation to like health and fertility. It's not just like, I think people are not really looking at the right things when they're thinking like what is pretty. Pretty is not like a bust down and veneers, right? Like look at someone's actual teeth when they turn 18. If they don't have any, it might be a serious like indicator of the level of poverty that that person grew up in. Like, do they have all of their organs? It's like the older that I'm getting, I'm realizing like you are talking to people who don't have all their organs. Some people have sold one. Like it's like we're not all saying the same thing. You see the people are having more conversations about how some, mothers are they're doing such an awful job with the hair care of their children that their children are balding because of the parents. Like the parents are pulling out the hair of their children. That's why they're bald. So if you're 18 and you don't have any hair, you probably actually should look at your parents. They failed you. They couldn't properly care for your hair. And that actually is their fault. Actually.